We saw some theoretical models, we saw some brand models, we saw some theoretical approaches to sustainability. And I also would love to start with a theoretical part of what the analytical power is. So if you want to be good at e-commerce in a website, if you want to be good at website optimization in general, you need to really be able to work with the data. You need to be able to understand the data and then include that in your full knowledge concept that you have. So talking about a theoretical model, what you see here is, input and output, of course, always go together. The less input you bring, the less output you're going to achieve. If we talk about analytical power, if we talk about intelligence for your website, that would be starting from here, and this can be divided into different aspects and different timings of the analytical path. So back in the days, everybody was more or less doing statistics. They were collecting figures, they were collecting data. I think the wording big data already existed 10 to 15 years ago, but nobody really know what to call it. So there was data, some were collecting it, some were able to read it, and some were not. Then what came the web analytics era, so to speak, and this is now overlapping into the digital intelligence. So really being able to act on different data methodologies that you have. Within that, you had some milestones of the pure and simple fact of analyzing the website. You had some things like the real-time need to really see what's happening right now on your website. What are the website visitors doing on your website? What's the behavior? What's the cross-channel information that they got? Up until then, talking about segmentation, customer journeys. So where is the website visitor, or in general the internet visitor, getting in touch with your brand? What channels is he diving into to connect with your brand or to talk with your brand? And then the ideal part is really to combine the offline experience, the offline communication that you have with the client, with the online communication. So if you bring this together, you can really have a full spectrum of knowledge on who your clients are and how they interact with your brand, with your product, with your different customers or even employees that you have. And if we now put the well-known Gartner hype cycle behind that, you can really see that there was kind of a peak of hype implementations, and then it went down to the so-called valley of disillusion, where everybody thought, okay, now I have data, but I'm not really able to work with it, so I just collect it, and then let's see what we get out of this. And now we have a steady growth and really a healthy growth of people getting to know how to function, how to work with big data, how to put that different puzzle pieces together. So what we see right now is really the statistical part is going down from historical part, and things like strategy, things like improvement, website optimization topics, they are on the rise and they're really growing more and more important. So what we see is that analytics is key if you really want to increase your return on investment, if you want to increase your marketing budget, if you want to increase the knowledge that comes via your customers, that comes to you by your customers, no matter what the channel is. But to do that, you, or ideally your full marketing department, your CMO, your head of marketing, your head of online marketing, maybe you have a web analytics manager within your company, they of course need to be 100% data driven, so they really need to know what to do with the data, how to play with it, how to interact, and how to link this to maybe other data sources that they have. But they also need to be very much, let's say, social skills driven. So they need to be managers, because there will be an increasing amount of people working with data, and they need to be able to speak different languages. So if you have different hierarchies in your company, which of course you have, if you have different departments in your company, you need to align those needs, those requirements coming from the website, coming from the internet channel to different business needs. And then this web analytics guy, or the digital intelligence guy, or the business intelligence guy, he would be the one who needs to answer those questions. And if he's a pure data nerd, so to speak, he will not be able to talk to the CEO, he will not be able to talk to the head of finance or whatever, to make him understand that this data is important, and that out of this data you can have relevant information that can lead to future decisions and can enable you to drive better marketing decisions.